Привет, Константин, Чарли. Сегодня заканчиваем марафон. Очень долгий, который продлился. Так, у нас босс. Очевидно, нужно по этим штукам бить. А, ну или его заманивать у них. Привет, Антон. А, я понял. Почему музыки нет? Понятно. Скриптованный урон. Насколько бы этот босс был лучше, если бы он был с музыкой? Возможно, это глюк у меня какой-то, не знаю. Ну классно, но еще и это... Скриптовано только максимальный урон, минимальный не скриптованный. Ой, эти штуки пополняются, вот тогда это изи. Привет, Геллерт. Или это третья просто была банка. Кстати, по сути, первый босс. Из тех призраков я не считаю за боссов. Даже если считать их за боссов, по сути, те призраки был один босс. То есть это второй даже. В лучшем случае. То есть на боссов игра невелика. Да, хилки восполняются со временем. То есть, по сути, босс, на котором умереть нельзя.
Yes, now. Go, speed your endeavor. Face him and kill him. Destroy the binding at last. We shall all be free.
Только хотел спросить, что мешало сразу разбить.
Come to me, my undead son. Make haste to the pillars. The stage is set for the grand finale. You will have your vengeance.
Mortanius.
So, you have come out into the open at last. The binding must be fragile indeed. But you will find you are too late.
What am I too late for this time?
No, no, not now. You are too late for the victory you sought. I have beaten you after all.
You have mistaken my identity.
Have I? You forget who schooled me in the ancient prophecies. This vessel speaks truly. You are indeed overdue, but it no longer matters in the least. With or without you, we will prevail.
So, I finally meet the unspoken. And here it is, nestled in the heart of the circle itself. Ironic.
Poetic justice. To topple the foundations of the pillars from within. We shall have our revenge in full measure and for all time. This one has little strength left. One must not break him. Your kind does not like to lose.
I seek the heart of darkness.
Ah, now you think of that. But as I told you, you are too late. The heart has served its function. I have used it to set prophecy in motion. I created the champion foretold by my masters, who is destined to be your destroyer. The Scion of Balance will save Nosgoth. The Pillars will return to vampire guardianship as intended, and your race will be cast down forever.
Kain. You use the heart of darkness to create Kain.
How else? I refused at first to believe the ancient myths. Thought the vampires were simply a plague upon mankind, a pestilence we had to control. But they were right, and we were wrong to overthrow them, Mobius and I. We didn't understand what it was the Pillars were holding back. I have made my atonement. I will continue to make it to the end, which will be soon now. But I know Kain will set it right. He will restore balance. And none too soon. My enemy is growing stronger.
Where is the heart of darkness now? Did you destroy it?
You still don't understand, do you? You cannot make use of it as long as Kain guards it with his life.
Kain has it. It is in Kain.
Check and mate. This deed will redeem first me and then all Nosgoth. It must. This one grows weak, but we will soon have a stronger vessel. The long-awaited hour approaches. Our release is at hand. I must finish it now.
В общем, осталось еще одна локация на час.
Kain, why is this no surprise?
Because our destinies run together, Raziel, like two rivers that have met and can never be distinct again. At your every fatal turn, you'll find me.
And the free will you said was mine. What has become of that?
You still have it. And that has everything to do with my presence here now.
It was your machinations that set my destiny in motion. The coin you tossed has struck the earth. Now you must abide by its outcome.
The coin is still turning, Raziel. To reach the resolution we both can live with, that will best serve our futures, Janos Audron must not be raised.
Because you do not wish it. Is my free will to be exercised only when it accords with your whim?
There is much more at stake in this than you know.
Yes, and it is Janos who has the answers I desire.
You must trust me, Raziel. Our intentions, for Nosgoth, for our futures, are not so diverse.
I must trust you. Or...
I've not come here to threaten you, Raziel.
You say that while you hold in your hand the instrument of my doom?
I saved you from the Reaver once. I have no intention of imprisoning you within the blade.
At least not until the moment it serves your plans to do so.
You are not the only one at risk. I may carry the instrument of your destruction, but I too have taken a chance in coming here. Or haven't you realized? You bear the only weapon that can kill me.
Then you know what I am, and who you are.
I believe I do.
And still you think you can move me about like your pawn? Think again, Kain.
Take heed, Raziel.
Why? If we are who we are, then are we not destined to fight to the death, to decide the fate of Nosgoth?
Don't be a fool! I will not fight you!
And that will be the prophesied hero's battle? I win because you will not fight me? The mighty Kain, scion of balance, would-be savior of Nosgoth, surrenders before the final battle even begins!
Very well. If this will make you see reason...
О, босс музой, наконец-то. У меня тупо хп больше. Третью не нашел, кстати. Ну, еще будет шанс. Такой себе босс просто, как бы, тупо перекликать. Здесь хотя бы отъехать можно, в отличие от прошлого босса. Он начал спамить. И ударить не могу.
Now you will listen to me. The heart of darkness must remain undiscovered. Great harm will come of its use.
You don't know where it is, do you?
No.
You never looked for it.
It doesn't matter, Raziel. Listen to me. You must understand that every creature is bound to one predestined path. We are all shackled.
To the wheel of fate. Believe me, I know that even better than you do.
All but one. Because of your remaking, you are the one unbound creature. The one among us all that truly has free will. You have a choice, Raziel.
Which I'm sure I must make at your direction. Your pawn has reached the end of the board, Kain. And now my powers may even surpass yours. How ironic. If the creature that you made should prove your own undoing. Now, we finish this. Once and for all.
Шо, опять?
They victors.
Ой, музыка этого Разиэля заиграла. Прикольно. Что ты делаешь? Так, а если я сюда уйду? Хила нет. Все честно.
Raziel.
Ve Victus.
I didn't.
Woe to the conquered! I have found the heart of darkness, and you go to oblivion! Kain was gone. The madness of this place had somehow fueled my rage, and as it subsided, I felt no elation, no sense of victory. Only a calm certainty that we had once again walked blindly into our enemy's trap. I couldn't be sure whether Kain had truly intended to destroy me, and now it appeared I would never know.
В смысле не могу? Ну ладно.
In my absence, the estate had been overrun
Ой,
by
я знаю,
Mobius'
куда
soldiers.
перейти.
I hope that they have not yet found the entrance to the crypt or discovered the body of Janos. Of Vorador, there was no sign.
Raziel, the conquering hero. I understand we ought to offer congratulations. Kain, at last, is dead.
I suppose you expect similar congratulations on the death of Vorador. Or has he eluded you?
We have him, but not without a considerable price in blood.
That will have pleased him.
Let it sustain him until his head is off, and every vampire in Nosgoth at last is dead.
And will that knowledge sustain you? You too are going to your death.
For a true servant of the one god, death is never bitter. I will go, again at peace with the knowledge that I have played my small part in our master's plans. Kain is at last destroyed, and you have carried out the deed. Which hero do you think you are now? The vampire savior, or the other one? Have you realized yet that it didn't matter to us which one either of you thought you were, so long as the result was the same in the end? And now, Kain is dead. Really, I cannot thank you enough.
So, this has all been arranged every step of the way. And Kain thought I truly had free will.
Oh, but you do. And there's the greatest triumph of all. To have compelled the one player who could choose into doing exactly what we required. Well done, faithful servant. And now, I have an execution to see to.
Ну, видимо, их придется побеждать. Тебе еще две надо. Запрыгни уже. Ну, чувак. Откуда кидались? Да, мог не драться с ними. Так. А где дверь была? Слева или справа? По-моему, слева. Нет, справа здесь завалено. Спасибо геймдизайнерам за это. Стоп, отсюда же я вышел. Значит, это вот внизу проход искать надо. Так, мне радует, что меня по прямой линии ведут. Не понял. А ведь кто-то с ними всеми дрался, я уверен, при первом прохождении. Ну, возможно, я даже. Стоп, а куда? А, вот дверь. так умею. Ты как мон. Нафиг мне эта зеленая полоска. Так, а куда мне? А. Помни... Да, я ни разу не сейвился сегодня. Было бы весело, из плеера вылетело. Все-таки огонь лучше меч. Так вот сделать. Если минус, то что душу не высосать иногда получается, потому что догорает. Вот интересный вопрос, мне сейчас вниз нужно или на ту сторону? Почти зацепился. Скорее всего, на ту сторону, потому что в особняке я уже был. А, ну не, все-таки сюда. А, я понял. А, это секретка. Это хпшка была. Да, еще одну надо найти. Да, видимо, нужно было все-таки на ту сторону. Ну, не зря упал. Так, стоп, обратно-то не забраться, значит, я правильно упал. Все непонятно, куда идти. Вряд ли я смогу сквозь пройти. Тут проблема не только в камере, но еще и в управлении с клавой мыши. Потому что когда ты в бок нажимаешь, меняется камера, он продолжает бежать в ту сторону, неважно какой бок ты жмешь. Поэтому нужно кнопку отжимать каждый раз. А, нашел. Пока, чувак. То есть вот я сейчас жму вверх. Хотя относительно него, чтобы бежать в бок, я должен нажать в бок. Но это логичнее, чем если бы при смене камеры персонаж резко менял направление. То есть, как бы в любом случае оба варианта не очень. Но при всем при этом это лучшая камера среди всех частей. И лучшее управление. В чем смысл? Я просто круг сделал. В чем смысл был этот круг делать, я не понимаю. Что за камера говна? Алло. Вроде взял. Прикол в том, что я и с правой стороны, и с левой был. А, я понял. Мой косяк. Я снизу поднялся на ту же сторону, с которой спрыгнул. А не круг сделал. Да, я же вот эту дверь открывал с этой стороны. Спасибо, Станислав. Просто все одинаковое, тут сложно понять, был ты там или нет. Тут туда же вот эта вот лестница, я же поднимался здесь наверх. Это, конечно, классный прыжок. Вообще не видно, как останавливаться надо. Потому что я тогда прыгнул. Да. И смысл. Я ничего не понял. Зачем это действие было сделано? А, понял, кажется. Да, камера здесь, конечно, очень хорошо. Понятно. Непонятно. вы козлы запрятали? Второй раз я здесь уже пробегаю. О, новая механика под конец игры. Так, куда здесь? Наверх или дальше? Где завалено? И вот сюда еще путь есть. Не, отсюда вышел. Идем наверх. Ага. Ну, как я и говорил, найду все, кроме последней. Но здесь одна концовка, поэтому здесь не обязательно все находить. А, мы же сердце Янусу несем, точно. Я что-то забыл про этот момент. Че оно живет.
This relic had come at so high a cost. My blood offering for the answers I sought from this enigmatic corpse. It was the price of my freedom, for which Kain had paid with his life. Had I journeyed so far and forsaken so much, only to have it end like this?
I remember. Raziel, the heir of prophecy. You came for the Reaver, just before the Seraphim found me.
You've been entombed here for 5 centuries. Your murderers are long dead.
500 years. And Vorador?
Also dead. Your bloodline is erased. The age of the vampires is coming to an end.
Then we must waste no time.
I'm not who you think I am, nor is this a benevolent act. I have questions that apparently you alone can answer.
Raziel, there are forces in this world that will strive to deceive you and pervert your destiny. But you must believe your arrival foretells the salvation of the vampire race.
Why then would the vampires devise a weapon to consume and imprison their savior?
No, that cannot be.
While the blade yet exists, I am drawn inexorably toward my doom. It was you who bound me to this fate. Only you can release me.
Raziel, you have been misled. You are ordained by prophecy to wield the Reaver.
And so I do, though not quite as you'd envisioned.
Redeemer and Destroyer. Is it possible? Did I misread all the signs? It seems your destiny is more labyrinthian than I had imagined. You must trust me, Raziel. We may have very little time. I will convey you to the place where your answers lie.
Where have you brought me?
We are within the ancient citadel of the vampire race, long ago defiled and abandoned. This fortress endured through centuries of war against our great enemy.
The Hilden.
Yes. From this chamber, we witnessed the summoning of the Pillars and the banishment of our adversaries from the land. This is a dire omen. The binding is in peril. The hour of prophecy is at hand.
It's too late. The Pillars are already damned.
As long as a single one of us stands, there is still hope. The Pillars must not remain under human guardianship. They are not competent to serve.
Why then did you allow the Pillars to fall into human hands?
Raziel, there is no
I
time.
want answers. The world can end this instant for all I care.
Very well. The Hilden cursed us as they fell, afflicting our race with a predatory bloodthirst. But with this transformation came our enemy's true revenge. Immortality.
They liberated you from the Wheel of Fate.
They imprisoned our souls in this flesh, expelling us from the purifying cycle of death and rebirth.
And yet you pass the curse on.
It was a necessary evil. Our immortality banished us from God's grace. He turned his sight from us and fell silent. Many took their own lives, unable to bear the separation from our God.
Not you, though.
Curse or blessing, it is the price we pay to keep the Hilden banished from the land. To sustain the binding, we had to preserve our bloodline, and so we passed the dark gift to the human successors of our fallen guardians. They rebelled, inevitably, refusing the curse and seizing the Pillars as their own. And so we come to our present dilemma. While mankind governs the Pillars, the binding decays. The Hilden strain against the barriers of their prison, scratching to gain a foothold back into this world.
And what does all this mean to me?
We stand at the threshold of a new eon, Raziel. And you are the fulcrum upon which our destiny turns. Beneath this room lies our innermost sanctum. The outer chamber has been opened. It appears events are already in motion. This token is the key to the mysteries you seek. I cannot accompany you. You must face this trial alone. If you prevail, you will have your answers.
And if I fail the test,
Then you will not return.
Очередной храм, походу. Снаружи подерусь. Все. Реально значок ассасинов. Причем ассасин так позже вышел. Храм хотя бы отличается, уже радует.
I should have known I'd find you here.
Here and everywhere, now and always. I am the wheel and its turning. I am the circle of life and death.
And I am beginning to think the vampires committed suicide only to escape your voice.
Do not forego my favor with your impertinence, Raziel. You have finally fulfilled your purpose. I am pleased.
What are you trying to obliterate here, then? What is it about me that has you so afraid?
Your fate is trivial, Raziel. It was Kain's destiny that mattered all along.
говори такие шумы. Стрёмные.
My master seemed keen to extinguish the purifying fire of the spirit forge. Perhaps the weaver would loosen his grip.
Прикольный такой скриптованный босс. Это не босс, это тоже, по сути, решение загадки. Типа загадки. На самом деле, просто за определенное время пропрыгать успеть. Может быть, здесь и не на время. Но звук фонит очень стрёмный. Прям по ушам давит. Возможно, в плохих наушниках это не так хорошо слышно. Ощущение, как будто конец света за окном наступает. Камера. Ладно, это походу не на время. А нет, на время. Если не падает, то дает его достаточно с запасом.
this we were called. You have done well, Razia. But there is one more trial for you to bear. You must unite what has been set asunder. Only then will the Scion of Balance be armed for his true endeavor. Only then.
The river now blazed with purifying flame. But far from being enlightened, I found myself entangled in an even greater web of mysteries. What had Janos expected me to learn? And what of Ariel's cryptic message? If the sword was endowed for the Scion of Balance, for Kain, and he was now dead, what hope remained? I needed to find Janos, and soon. I dreaded to think what these ominous rumblings might portend.
Фу, оно закончилось наконец-то. А вот что это за способность, оказывается, в конце была. Капец, ушам сейчас приятно резко стало. В тишине. Мне бы хилочку. Да-да-да, уже готов быть. Пока, ребята. Да нет. Вот опять камера говна.
Janos, what is this?
The binding is failing. All is lost.
We had arrived at that cataclysmic moment when a younger Kain faced his fateful dilemma as Balance Guardian. Choosing self-preservation over sacrifice, he doomed the pillars to eternal ruin.
Raziel, there may yet be hope. There is one who will be called. You must seek the Scion of Balance. Dear God! meet again. You have played your part flawlessly. It is gratifying to attain both freedom and vengeance in a single stroke.
No! You cannot!
This one is strong. Good. My next move requires a more durable host. Mortals are such fragile vessels. Willing or not, you have provided the instrument of our victory.
I wouldn't celebrate just yet.
You pathetic creature. You haven't got a clue. The seduction of the Circle and possession of Mortanius, Ariel's murder, the corruption and collapse of the Pillars, all orchestrated as a prelude to this moment. We sought an incorruptible vessel, and you provided one. We required the blood of our ancient enemy, and you delivered Janos Audren, having first been lured to the heart of darkness. Best of all, you murdered the Scion of Balance to get it. We've already won.
Raziel, you must not allow them to carry out their plan. Kill me, and you end it now.
Suicidal like the rest of them. Know your place, Raziel. The true hero plays his role and then steps aside. You deluded ghoul. Do you so wish to die a martyr for the vampire's lost cause?
You're not leaving this chamber. I will destroy Janos if I have to.
Very well then. I'll indulge you.
А под конец сюжета кучу завезли и боссов. О, эта музыка лучшая просто. Так, что с тобой делать? Видимо, ждать, когда он откроется. Ладно, я понял. А, ураган тоже можно бить, понял. Да ёлы. Так, есть шанс на отхил. Спасибо, чувак. Призови чуть парочку чуваков. Все.
Raziel, finish it before he returns.
You should have listened to me.
Now it is finished, and thus a new epic has its beginning.
На контрольный в голову. А он не очень умный. Разель просто в другой мир сейчас перейдет. А, ну,
However far
понятно.
you stray, you will always return to me. Surrender, Raziel.
Never!
Your efforts are wasted, Raziel. That weapon you bear, however endowed, remains only a wraith blade. It cannot touch me.
I will not be your prisoner.
You have no choice. Your task is fulfilled. Kain has been cleared from the board, and this chamber made ready for my more malleable servants. There is nothing more for you to do.
I refuse to bend my will.
It has always been my will you satisfy, never your own.
You parasitic fraud. You are forced to imprison me because I possess free will.
You possess nothing. As you are undying, your soul cannot be returned to the wheel. But it may console you to abide here in eternity with me. Mobius, my good servant, I call you to the place of our first meeting. Return to me here.
I awoke to find myself in a shadowy realm. A disquieting stillness lay where my heart had been, the heart that had belonged to Janus Ordran all along. How was it possible that I still lived?
You are still very full, vampire. That will go first. This realm will render you hideous. You will go mad, and not know it.
What is this place?
Do you not think of this place every day, vampire? Or are we truly forgotten? This is the exile into which we were driven. But soon now, soon we will be free. We will be free.
Походу я не найду последнюю здесь. Видно. Думал, за Кайна найду больше, в итоге за Розиэля больше нашел. А давно я с вами драться вообще? Ну, видимо, да. Хилка. Конечно, тупо, если это по шкилу Кайна происходит. Или в каком-нибудь потустороннем мире.
Strongly drawn, compelled even, not to linger here, but to go to the vampire citadel at once.
Опять Каин доедает объедки за Розиэлем в плане локаций. Кажется, ты медленно ползешь. О, смотрите-ка, нашел последнюю. Ну, не последний, последний из тех, что я могу найти. Очевидно, что 3 штуки я пропустил. Конечно, поровну я Каина в Розиэле находил вещей. Единственное, что у Каина без 3, а у Розиэля без 4 книжек. Это, конечно, тупо сделало то, что когда враг бьет меня, я не могу бить его. Может, хочу выстрелить, типа, не получая урон, не дамажить его. Но это невозможно, потому что он не получает урон. Вы откуда здесь взялись? Видимо, наверх. Ладно, я на этих чуваках набью. Супер удар хотя бы. Опа.
I knew what ominous hour this was in Nosgoth's history, for here was the event that had shaped my entire existence. I had cast my fate, refusing the sacrifice, damning the pillars, and founding my doomed empire upon their ruins. I would raise the Sarafan priests to be my closest lieutenants, and would one day cast the strongest of them, my servant Raziel, into the abyss, dealing one last hand to play against fate. But in the end, had it made any difference? Had I misread the signs, as Mobius told me? In my arrogance, had I missed my cast at destiny?
Ну, здорово, чувак. А, нет, еще не здорово. Стоп, он же плавал. А, тут нет воды уже. А, тут вообще прохода нет. Мне другой путь искать. Да не может быть. Да, я просто дырку не увидел. Ну, значит, две книжки я не нашел. Ну, опять же, две не так обидно, как если бы одна оставалась. Так, ну что, возможно, последний сейф в игре. 13 лав получается. Да, 13 лав. За 9 часов. Плюс-минус, ну чуть больше.
The hill children are merely an inconvenient consequence. They will be dealt with in time. It is a small price to pay for Kain's death.
You're a bit premature.
Kain!
Is there a crack in your omniscience after all, Mobius? First, your omniscience, and now your powers. You're slipping badly.
This is not possible.
The part of me that staff affected is no longer in its place. But you already knew that, didn't you? I always was considered heartless. And now, Mobius, it is time.
To kill me? Again? Your only solution for every problem. Kill.
This is not a debate. You see, this time, you have nothing that I want.
Наконец-то.
You think this will matter? I serve one who has power over life and death.
Then go to him.
I am his obedient, his devoted servant. Soon, all pain will fade, and my master will bring me life once more.
Сейчас все разъелись, ням-ням сделает. Ну, здорово.
Master, my apologies. A momentary oversight. Somehow Kain still lives and has unexpectedly dispatched me. Make use of your good servant and go to your master then. I release you to the wheel. Oh, God. Do you see it now? The monster that you served. Is this what you imagined when you worshipped it? No! And in that knowledge, go and feed it. I release you.
Your petty actions are irrelevant, Raziel. Mobius was a good servant, but he was of no further use. His long life had run its course. You see, even when you rebel, you are doing my will.
Perhaps. But something has changed, hasn't it? You didn't foresee Kain's return.
You have both traced your paths along the wheel. This is where the journey ends.
You haven't the means to kill either one of us.
Ah, but you can be stopped. And you will come to understand how oblivion can be a mercy. You and Kain will spend eternity buried here together, praying for the merciful release of a death that will never come.
But I was armed with newfound knowledge, and it burned within me.
Redeemer and Destroyer.
Mobius had never seen his master until the Soul Reaver purified his sight. Even the ancient vampires had no idea what it was they so righteously worshipped.
You must unite what has been set asunder.
All the conflict and strife throughout history, all the fear and hatred, served but one purpose: to keep my master's wheel turning. All souls were prisoners, trapped in the pointless round of existence, leading distracted, blunted lives until death returned them, always in ignorance, to the wheel.
The coin is still turning.
But what hope had there been? One cannot fight the unseen.
Only then will the Scion of Balance be armed for his true endeavor.
Despair, Raziel. There is no escape.
It was then I knew what I had to do. I alone could end this.
Do you so enjoy death?
Yes.
Raziel. No!
Yes. This is how...
No! Raziel!
The Soul Reaver, pure of all corruption. This is what it is for. This is what I am for. The two become one. Both Soul Reavers together. And the Scion of Balance is healed. And I am not your enemy, not your destroyer. I am, as before, your right hand, your sword.
No, Raziel. This can't be the way.
And now you will see the true enemy.
Raziel. And it was then I saw.
So, I am revealed to you at last.
What in hell?
I am the origin of life, the devourer of death. I am the hub of the wheel, the purifying cycle to which all souls must be drawn.
Had I condemned Raziel to this nightmare when I cast him into the abyss?
You may ponder the futility of your ambitions as you spend a deathless eternity beneath a mountain of rubble. You and your Soul Reaver will go equally mad as the eons pass. The Citadel of the Apostates will become your living tomb.
Your words are heartening. For you would not fear us unless we could truly do you harm.
No! You are nothing!
False God. This is the end. The final turn of your wheel.
К сожалению, да. Это конец. Так, ну тут уже, я так понимаю, без хилов. Хотя бы финальная битва. О, можно что-то сделать, да, да. Да как повернулся-то?
You will never defeat me, Kain.
Не все атаки самонаводятся. Еще разок. Что-то жестко. Не, походу заново. Один удар остался. Прикиньте, если бы нельзя было заставки скипать. Раза приходилось бы заново смотреть тот диалог. В смысле? Одного же раза хватало. В принципе, если постараться, можно за 3 раза потом успеть. Скорее всего, там не дадут за 3 раза. А нет, это как раз 3 раза. Еще раз, по идее.
The wheel will turn, the plague of your kind will be purged from this world, and on that inevitable day, your wretched, stagnant soul will finally be mine.
In the meantime, you'd best burrow deep.
Теперь, наконец, маски сняты с лиц. Ниточки кукол стали видимыми, и показались руки главного кукловода. Наиболее иронично то, что с последним подарком Разила я стал более могущественным, чем сила, что держала его душу, и более проницательным, чем видение его жертвы. Первый горький вкус этой страшной иллюзии. Надежды.
Разила и Кану. Ну что я могу сказать? Игра великолепна, как и раньше, я ее запомнил, лучшие из серии. И, как видно из концовки, как бы продолжение вполне могло выйти. То есть, как бы здесь круг сомкнулся, все стало понятно, весь сюжет полностью, что для чего было сделано, но при этом, как бы, концовка все равно открытая. Но, к сожалению, серия мертва. Но, к счастью, есть серия Darksiders, которая, собственно, геймплейна, по крайней мере, лучше, которая эти идеи развила. Сюжет, конечно, здесь получше, чем Darksiders будет. Интересней. Но, тем не менее. Серия жива в других играх, наследниках. Марафон подошел к концу. Следующий марафон будет либо по GTA, либо по System Shock. Скорее всего, по System Shock. Все странным, без подсказок и так далее. Но если продолжать, то как бы, если это продолжение сюжетное дело, то только за Каина. Разиэль тут как бы тупо будет воскрешать. Да, с первого. Я ни один не проходил. Ну, я второй проходил в коопе, но там это так было поверхностно, и за игрой особо не следил. А первый я только попробовал, и все. Никогда не играл в него. А без стрима как-то не хочется в него играть. Куда-нибудь упрусь и дропну. Кто-то скажет, можно было ремейка дождаться, но как бы сколько ждать-то можно? 100 раз отменят, 100 раз перенесут. Но он, скорее всего, будет ночью. Ну, либо в это же время, когда Каин, либо в 22:00. Он TSS, что ли, заблокировал? Ну да, вот где мы эти книги можем смотреть. Найденные. Я нашел не все, но смотреть могу все. В чем смысл было их искать? Почему он на женщину похож с Волан-де-Морта? А, нет, не все могу смотреть. Или это типа одна книга? А, да, это типа одна книга. Кстати, Мебиус здесь прикольнее выглядит, более хитрым. Вот что будет завтра, я не знаю. Возможно, на пару часиков гоночку включу с Сеги. Возможно, что-то еще. Возможно, ничего не будет. Карта из первой части, 2 домена. Ну да, это игра, которую удовольствие от перепрохождения я получил, пожалуй, только Defiance. То есть первый и второй ривер неплохие, особенно второй. Удовольствие за повторное прохождение я не получил. То есть чисто напомнить сюжет. Больше игры расстраивали. А Blood Omen 2 вообще говнище. Ну и первый Blood Omen я впервые играл, он был тоже хорош. Без всего. Ладно. Закончим на этом. Спасибо всем за просмотр. Пока-пока.